Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Aisha at Fashion with Aisha. Welcome in, welcome in. This is something I've been wanting to discuss for a while about friends. I want to go into how friendships change organically as we get older. I want to discuss how we can make friends when you're older, not having any friends and it being completely normal, and just all about friends in this video. I'm excited. Let me know if y'all can hear me or if I need to turn the volume up. But this is my first video of 2024. I'm so excited. I'm feeling inspired, and I'm going to try to go live at least once a day in the month of February. So I got to start writing some notes down so I can know what I'm going to talk about in each video, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to start using the live platform more often. It's not something that I'm used to using. I'm going to have to probably end up getting some software for it. But right now I'm using the standard YouTube software that comes with it. So let's start off with, I had a revelation about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I was thinking, wow, I really don't have any friends. And I'm okay with that. Like I feel just fine. I feel comfortable, confident, and it feels drama free. And I started to think about when I did have quote unquote friends and how much drama was added on in my life at the time. And it was crazy how a lot of the friendships that I had all ended in either a rumor that wasn't true, that someone said that I did something or said something behind their back. That was the case 2 times. And it's always from someone who doesn't like me in the first place or that was jealous and told my quote unquote friend and they believed it, which is crazy because how can you believe someone who doesn't like me in the first place? And then the other instance was one was jealousy, lies, rumors, and I consider myself, as we say now, low maintenance friend. And if I have to cut you off because you aren't a good friend, that means you are a trash friend. So I had one instance where I had to just cut someone off because they were not a good friend in any form of the sense. So we can go into that too. But I wanted to start off with, do you really need a friend group as you get older? Because let's think about it. The reasons why we've always had friend groups was to kind of build up a support system in the environment that we were in. You think high school, you had to have friends so you could have people to help defend you in all the crazy circumstances that happened. You had to have friends to fit in, and whether that means just to have somewhere where you can be comfortably in school, at the lunchroom, at social activities, group activities, drama, sporting events. You needed someone, at least one other person, to go with you or to sit with you or to discuss things with you at the time, or else you would have just been alone, which is no fun. And you get singled out and then you get labeled and all yada, yada, yada. But I'm thinking as we get older, we started off when we were younger. We were friends with whoever our parents' friends' kids were. And then if you happen to be in a good enough situation where you had cousins, you were friends with your cousins. Or if you were in some type of social group, like if you were into church or sports and you were friends with those people in that group. This is elementary, middle school. Then you start making friends in class, and then you start If you never switched schools, then you were friends with those same people from kindergarten through high school. But if you did switch schools, then you had to make new friends at the school. And it was always based on similar interests in class, favorite colors, favorite TV shows, video games, books that we read, TV shows. It was always based on a common interest. And then college, it was mostly by proximity, I think, in my opinion. It was kind of whoever you were close with, as in distance wise. So your people in your dorm room, people who you happen to see in the caf a lot, people who were at the gym with you. And then once you established those proximity friends, then we started building friends with people who had similar interests. If you go to yoga, we go to yoga. If you're vegan, we can be friends with the vegans. And if you're in this social group, we can be friends. If you do this volunteer program, we can be friends. So then that's how we made friends when we got into college, or the early teens, and I mean the late teens and the early 20s. And then now we get to this time when you're in your mid and late 20s, and some of you are in your 30s and 40s and beyond. And you're like, okay, how do I make friends? So I want to answer that question for some of you who are out there wondering, how can you make friends? And a lot of people have been suggesting Facebook groups. You can join certain Facebook groups that have your interests, which are usually private groups. You have to be accepted in. You might have to fit some type of criteria. I've also found that going to different gyms and workout facilities is another way to make friends. You've got what else? Oh, volunteering. So if you have any charities in your city, or groups, galas, events, try to get a ticket, and you can make and mingle with friends and make friends that way. But to me personally, I don't think we need friends. Of course, you don't need friends, but I don't think, for me, I don't need any friends right now. I have my mom, my sister, those are my friends. Make friends with your family. I have a couple of cousins who I'm close with. If I wanted to do something fun, I can go out with them. But right now, we need more acquaintances. We need people that we can bounce ideas off of that are in similar businesses. We need people who we can have invest in our businesses. We need people who can help us get to the next level in whatever aspect that may be in our life. We don't necessarily need friends. We just need acquaintances with similar interests, or someone who knows something better than we do, so we can use their knowledge, and we can exchange vice versa. I think that's kind of what's more important when you get older, because it's not like we're trying to defend ourselves against some group of people. And if you are, everyone says this, but it's so true. If you are kind, good looking, from what the average person will say is good looking, and you are smart, and we can throw educated in there too, but let's just go with smart, because you don't have to be educated to be smart at all. You're going to have a lot of haters, a lot of people who are jealous of you, a lot of people who are going to try and start rumors to discredit what you have done and basically defame you. And that's something that I've experienced a lot. And it hurts in the moment, but after the first time it happens, you're kind of like, okay, got it. So after my first friend fallout, that was a major, and then it happened again, I didn't care anymore. Like, I stopped caring. I don't care. If you don't want to be my friend, you don't want to be my friend. Fine. It's not that big of a deal to me. Moving on, whatever. It's unfortunate, but okay. And that brings me to another point. Some people say that women are naturally competitive, and I don't know if I agree with that statement, because I think that's more of a masculine trait to be competitive. to fight for what you want, to try and one up the other person. I feel like it's more natural for women to be okay and to be calm, relaxed, and thrive in their place and wherever they have worked to get. They're thriving in that, they're comfortable in that. And if they want to get better, they're usually competing with themselves and trying to improve, self improvement. That's what I've always thought that. But there's a lot of people out there who's actually competitive. And I think sometimes when we get into our ego more, of course, because we might want to be the best. We want to, especially if you're seeking validation from people and you're seeking praise, you're going to want people to see you as the best. But if you don't really care about that, then I don't think you're competitive. And that's how I am. I'm not even competitive. I'm fine with where I am and I'll create my own lane. I'll create my own prize to get. I'm not going to try and fight for the same one that everyone else is getting. And then it goes into, if you don't see that I am I am the best, I am good at this, then you're never going to see it. And no matter how much I fight and prove myself, whether that's dating, in careers, in a project, I've never, especially now, I don't have any drive in trying to prove who I am. It's either you believe it or you don't. And I want to discuss now, going into the kind, pretty, and smart, how things really do just kind of randomly happen to you in your friend groups, quote unquote friend groups. I wrote some things down. First one is your friend's partner. So your girlfriend, her boyfriend, husband, person she's dating, they will openly flirt with you in front of her and others. That the first time that ever happened to me, they completely threw me. I was so uncomfortable. I was looking at my friend like, "Are you gonna do something? Are you gonna say something?" And me, I'm just gonna be short and cutthroat. Like, no, yes. And you're openly flirting with me? That's a huge turn off. That's gross. And that can get dangerous because some women will think that you're the one trying to hit on their man and you're not. And it's like, that's why I don't like going to people's houses that are in relationships, because I don't want to be all up in your house and your man is over there and he's trying to look me up and down and flirt with me and try and get to know me. That makes me uncomfortable. So if you are married or yada yada, I'm most likely not going to be going to your house unless I'm going bringing a man with me. It's not going to be just us three chilling or hanging out. Like, that's odd. Um, what else do I have? Oh, a lot of times people won't invite you out. And that happened to me one good time. And I was sad. And after that, I said, I'm no longer going to be sad about this. It's a blessing in disguise. Because let me tell you, I went, I was at home. This was in college. And I saw all my friends went out to a block party. And I was like, dang, nobody invited me. Like, that's messed up. Those girls got jumped by a whole dance team. And it was crazy. Like, their nails were broken. They had hair pulled out. They got marks and scabs. They were People were fighting with bats and broken glass bottles. It was crazy. And obviously, as y'all know, I'm not a fighter. I've never been into a fight. I could have been into a fight that day. Could have got jumped, really. Not even a fight. I would have been jumped. And I don't know how I would react to a fight. I feel like I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna do the best I can to defend myself, of course. But I've never had to do it, so I don't know how well of a fighter I would be. But after I saw that, I was like, okay, this is the universe is trying to tell me to stay my butt at home and to be fine with my own peace and serenity in my beautifully decorated apartment and enjoy my dog Bruce because I don't need to be out because this is the kind of things that happen when you go out. So after that, I was like, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. If I don't get invited out, that's fine. And we all know the reasons why you don't get invited out because you take the attention from the other girls. Everyone knows if I'm going out, I'm doing my makeup. My makeup is going to be done. My hair is going to be did. The outfit is going to be on. The shoes are going to be high. So some some girls hate that. And that brings me to the next point. A lot of the times when I was hanging out with friends in my time, my era of being friendly and being out, girls would text me like, Aisha, just chill, or I'm gonna just chill. Please just chill. You don't have to really wear that. You don't really have to wear something nice. You don't have to do your makeup. You don't have to do this and do that. And I'm thinking, excuse me, you can wear whatever you want to wear. You can do your outfit however you like. You can do your hair, makeup, no makeup. But me, if I'm going out, I'm going to have everything put on. I'm going to look put together. I'm going to do the best that I can because I'm going out in public. There's people out there, men. Hello, I'm trying to get with a wealthy provider. So I'm going to come correct every time I step on the scene. And a lot of girls, quote unquote friends, would be like, please do not dress up. Please do not do your hair. Do not do your makeup. Don't wear heels, especially. I'm 5'7.5". I'm not even that tall, but I think the average height for women is 5'5". So I'm already taller than the average girl. And then if I wear heels, I'm gonna be 5'10", maybe 5'11". So some people kind of get uncomfortable around tall people or being with tall women. It's odd. I don't get it. But as if you all have noticed, a lot of models they marry wealthy men and a lot of them marry wealthy men who are shorter than them because a lot of strong, confident people who have great self-esteem, they're comfortable with being with a beautiful tall woman because they know that what they bring and they know what they have to offer. So just because their lady is taller than them or more attractive to them, it doesn't make them feel incompetent or less than. So that's another con about friends. The next one I have is oh yeah, this one's another one. There was times in college when I needed some extra money and I would help my friends out when they needed something. But if I ever needed money or I needed help or I needed some support, they were nowhere to be found. I was the type who was driving hours, flying for people's events, birthdays, gatherings, celebrations. And when it was time for me to have an event, birthday, gathering, or celebration, nobody was around. Nobody did anything. So that was another basically ding in my head, like, girl, these are not your friends. You can't even depend on them like they can depend on you. One, two, why do you need someone to congratulate you so bad? Once you start realizing that you don't need praise or flattery, because everything that you've been working for is for your own self improvement, it's for yourself, it's to make your life better. You finally realize that you don't need praise, you don't need any outside influence. And I learned this in school. It's a reinforcement. There's reinforcements from the outside, and then there's internal reinforcements and internal praise. I just spaced on what that word is, but intrinsic motivation. There we go. I have intrinsic motivation. I no longer need people to congratulate me on anything. I no longer need to share my I no longer need to share my successes because I did it for myself, and whatever I reap from it will be my present that I needed. I don't need someone to give me a present anymore. I don't need someone to verbally say congratulations anymore. And once I got to that point, which I would say is definitely this year, and it's been trickling down. Like all of these emotions, I've been learning how to deal with them for years now, but I can officially say now I don't care anymore. I don't care about anybody's opinions. I don't care what anyone thinks. And I don't need people to cheer me on. I recently mentioned how I didn't have anyone to congratulate me or buy me a gift or do anything to celebrate my graduation from college. But I didn't do it for them. I did it for me so I can make more money, so I can be connected to different people, so I can experience all of the different activities that I got to experience just for going to college that I wouldn't have had access to if I didn't go. That's why I did it. I didn't do it so people can pat me on the back. So that took me a minute to understand and to accept. People aren't going to be proud of you like you are proud of yourself, obviously. Like, duh. Some people are going to be upset that they didn't take the risk that you took. They're going to be jealous of your success. They're going to be maybe intimidated because they're wondering if they are doing what they should be doing because they see you making these milestones. So your success is not always going to be a positive thing in people's life, and that's that's okay. It's what we got going on. What other people's thoughts are is not our concern about what they think or what they feel about it, because we didn't do this for them. We did this for ourselves. And I also wanted to tie this into there's another debate going on about if your friends don't support your social media, your business, and I guess we can tie it into your milestones and accomplishments, that means that they're not a good friend. And I disagree because one, I think it really is true that your friends are not your clients. They're not always your clients. They may not like your content. They may not agree with your opinions. They may not like your product. They may not find it useful for their life. And that is completely fine with me. I am definitely on that side of that is cool. I don't I it does not bother me which way or the other. I remember when I first started going making YouTube videos, my mom would send them out to everybody she could think of on Facebook, and I would have to say, "Mom, please." I told her this like over 10 times. I said, "Mom, please stop sharing my videos with people because it doesn't really help my performance unless they are going to actively watch for long periods of time, engage, like, comment repetitively. If they just subscribe and don't watch any of my videos, it doesn't help my content any." And people who want to see the videos, they will come across it organically. They'll type it in their search engine and then my video will come up. Or it'll come across their feed saying this video or this account is suggested to you, and they will tune in and watch if they think that it's relevant or helpful for them. That is how I want to make my subscribers. That is how I want to how I want people to find my content is naturally. I don't want it to be sent to someone unless someone is saying, "Hey, you need to watch this, man. Like you could learn something from this." Then okay, yes, but not just to a whole bunch of random people who have who are not my target audience. It's not helpful. And even though I'm the friend that, yes, if you have a product coming out, I'm buying it. I'm signing up for the wait list. I'm going to put it on my social media and share it with other people. Yeah, that's me. That's just who I am naturally. I'm a supportive. I'm a supporter. So if you are my friend and you have something that you're promoting, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna share it. But I don't expect that from other people. And that's another thing I want to share is people do not think like you do. And that was another hard concept for me. And I would say this year, 2024, I finally got it. Finally. There was you would think I would have been got that being a teacher and knowing how people think and learning styles and methods and yada yada yada. But no, I never really understood that just because I want someone to understand and I express myself how I want to be treated or how I am this kind of friend and I expect you to be this way or show some reciprocity or engage this way, no matter how much I explain it or share or give ideas, they may not understand. Because they don't process information the way I do. They don't think in the same font that I think in. They don't visualize the things that I visualize and see. So no matter what I say, no matter how I explain it, it just may never click. It may just never reach them the way that I want to. So that's another thing you got to understand about having friends is they may never get it. They may never get what you're saying. And it's either you're going to be okay with it or you're not going to be okay with it. And right now in my life, I'm fine not having any friends because to be honest, at this point, I wouldn't be a good friend because I'm too focused on myself. I'm too focused on looking better, clearing my dark spots, get rid of acne, losing weight, making money, starting my new skincare business, trying to bag trying to get with a successful, generous man. All this takes work. Trying to get learn more and more and more so I can make more and more money and help you all out as much as I can. Work on my social media content. Like I don't have time to attend these random gatherings and most of the time I don't like them unless you did a really good job with the event and it looks really nice and everything was put together well and the food was good and the entertainment is lovely. That's really the only time. If it's just a plain old regular event, it's just like blah. Unless I really like you and I'm just hanging out with you and chatting with you, then okay. But if it's just like going to another event that I just really don't care to be at, I don't want to do those. I don't want to go. And lately, I haven't even been remembering to wish people happy birthday because I don't even think about it because I'm just so focused on myself right now that I don't even. And then I have a new phone updated. I didn't save my old iCloud calendar dates, so I don't see that someone's birthday unless it popped up on my phone was today. So I really have not been remembering. But once I start getting some money, I'll definitely be sending everybody a gift to make up for that. But my apologies if you're watching this. I did not mean it personally. Um, Being alone is honestly more freeing. You don't have people's thoughts interfering with your choices. You don't have people's opinions weighing in on you and trying to influence you. It cuts out a lot of drama and stress. You're free to just be who you want to be and to do what you had intended to do without anyone's fears conflicting with your path. It's great. I love it. What else did I have on here? And another thing I thought of, I guess I just wanted to share randomly, is that every large friend group, they have social hierarchies, and I don't want to be in one. I learned this when I was working in the residential facilities. Like you have your leader, you have your lieutenant, you have the gophers, you have the sergeants, you have the comic relief person. Like in every group, there's someone who leads the group, someone who speaks for the leader, someone who gets blamed for anything that goes wrong, and then the people who do all of the leaders' work for them. And when you're in those social groups, you got to kind of you have to kind of be fake and chit chat with them and mingle with them and have small talk with them. And I don't have interest. People are gonna keep asking you, "Oh, what do you do? Or where do you live? Or where do you come from? What do your parents do?" Be all up in your business and be nosy just to see if you are good enough to be their friend or to communicate with them. Kind of just fishing you out, and I have no interest. That reminds me of another point, how in college I noticed this. A lot of women will use your beauty, your knowledge as a charm to make other people attracted to them. So they'll bring you around because you're beautiful or you know so much about this topic so that other people will come over and listen to you all talk so they can go and chat with them, or so people can come over to you because of how beautiful you are. So then those people come over and then she can have her chance to introduce herself to them or chat with them or meet them. So be careful, ladies. Like if you're beautiful, smart, and kind, women will definitely use you to make friends with other people or to get into venues, clubs, restaurants that they could not have that they did not have access to before you came into the picture, because what you bring is something that they don't have to offer. And it's weird. You sit back and you can see it. You can see it happening in your face. Like, wow, this girl is really asking me these questions about what I'm wearing and how I often I get my hair and nails done. What could the point be of this? Oh, it's because she's trying to see kind of she's trying to figure out how much I'm into my looks and beauty so she can use that to build and to get access. It's it's weird, but hey, again, I'm not knocking it. If that's what you got to do to get into the restaurant, you got to get friends. You have to be friends with a beautiful lady. Okay, do what you got to do. I'm not knocking that whatsoever, but you're not going to be using me. I'm going to be using you to get into there and we can be in there together getting what we got to get done, okay? And I'm completely open later on, not right now, but soon, to make friends with people, with like-minded people who won't judge, because so many women will judge you if you are not all about, oh, I'm trying to get married for love. It's like, no, I'm trying to get married for money and resources and companionship and a lifestyle. Like so many people have so much to say, and the girls who go out and don't look good, that brings your whole social currency down. Like I was just saying, how girls will use you and your looks to get into a club. You can't get into certain clubs if one of the girls in the group does not look good. So once I get to that level where I'm ready and I have enough money to go out and do the things that I want to do, then I will be open to making friends, because then we can all be like minded, all know we got to go out and look good. No, we can't have that one friend who wants to wear sweatpants out and then no makeup. Like there's a lot of women who don't want to wear makeup. That is fine. I get it. But if we all want to get into the club, we all got to look somewhat put together and look better than the other girls, or we're going to have to wait in a line. So once I get into that level and I get some like-minded friends, then yeah, we can do it. But right now, it's not seeming like it's there. And I'm not even at that point. I'm not at that leveled up point either. So the friends that I would make right now wouldn't be the friends that I would want, to be honest. So we'll see what happens. What's the last thing I want to say? I'm thinking of that Megan Thee Stallion and her friend Kelsey. That's a prime example of what can happen with friends once they stop being your friend, or they used you as long as they could, and then their mask fell off and they started showing who they really are. I don't know what happened with them. All I know is from what it seems like, Kelsey was a fake friend and wasn't there to defend Megan and to support her in her time of need. So obviously, she wasn't her real friend. She was pretending the whole time. And once she got enough social currency off Megan, built her followers, made the connections that Megan gave her, introduced to her, she bounced and dipped on her. And that has happened to me several times where I had friends, I introduced them to certain people, then they drop me because they have each other now, and whatever I'm doing is making their inner spirit so angry that they just have to drop me, and they do it in the harshest way possible. Sometimes your light and who you truly are offends people, and you didn't do anything. Some people just are not going to like you because of just you really are who you say you are, and you really do what people really don't believe that you do. You actually do it. You really don't care to gossip. You really are a kind person. You really do look out for people. You really do want the best for people. You are generally you are genuinely a pet and lover of animals, pet person and lover of animals. You really do care about kids. You are smart. You do read when you go out. You for real travel. Like when you actually are those things that some people just pretend to be, they get uncomfortable. They get upset. They get mad because they can't make rumors. They can't make falsities about you. They can't deter you from your path because you are so confident in who you are. You are so strong that it angers them. It upsets them. So if you don't have any friends right now, that is fine. You probably are smarter than the average person. You probably got a lot going on. You probably are unique looking. You don't look like the everyday Joe. You most likely take a lot of time to get ready, or maybe not a lot of time, but you look good when you go out. You might have a great partner that a lot of people are going to be envious of. So don't take it personally if you right now see yourself being alone, because alone does not mean lonely. You can love your home, decorated, nice, it smells good, you got your animals, your pets, you've got your family members you can lean on if you need someone to talk to, or if you need some connection, human connection or touch. So don't worry about it. You'll be just fine. And your friend, if you do need one, will come along once you get that point in your life where you're ready for a friend and you can actually handle a friend. And if not, just continue to be friends with your family, your sisters, your mom, or like I said, try some of those new techniques to meet people, Facebook groups, going out to gyms, anything that has like a hobby and mutual interest. Try and make friends with people there, because that's something that you can all agree on and discuss because it's a common interest between you two. So, do I have any other points to mention? Oh, the last point I had is people are always going to have something to say. So, once you stop caring or reacting, you'll be completely free, which is how I feel right now. And then I have in parentheses, some people will say that it's because you express your emotions less, or you have an unhealthy emotional, social emotional level, and it's really not that at all. It's just that now you don't let things affect you. You don't have expectations for people anymore. You've learned from things in the past so you don't make the same mistake again. That's what I think of it. You've learned to be neutral. You don't go up or down. You don't allow people to affect your emotions anymore. You just keep yourself neutral. You really are detached, and people do not understand that. Once you really learn to be detached from things that you cannot control, some people don't understand it because they don't know what it feels like, and they think it's negative or they think you're hiding it, but you really just don't feel it, and you really don't care to. You don't really care about it because you've completely learned how to disconnect. And it is so freeing. It really is freeing, and you feel more calm and at peace and at ease with yourself. And that's another thing I've been working on. Like I told you all in my last video that I've been wanted to work out more, and I've been doing hot yoga quite frequently. And then I started Bear, Barre, and Bear combines Pilates, hot yoga, and strength and conditioning. So with yoga, I've been working on my breaths and being present in the moment. And then with Bear, I'm strengthening up my arms and also working on being present and in the moment too. So with all of that, plus disconnecting and keeping my emotions at a neutral state, I feel so calm right now and at peace. I am actually just menstruating right now. And I usually, if you all know, when I'm menstruating, I usually have a whole bunch of pimples. And right now, I only have this one here or on this side. And then I have one right here, but it's actually flat. It's not even a bump. So I only have one. And I think that's because I've got my emotions and my cortisol levels down and I'm completely mellowed. And it's awesome. It's great. So continue to DM me, comment, reach out. I'm going to work on my lives so they stay more cohesive and productive. This is the first one that I'm kind of just going off, and I'll get better at it, obviously. Let me know if you all have any ideas for the month of February because I'm going to go live every single day of the month of February. And I will try to put on my community tab what time I'm going to go live because I'm working in school, so I don't know what time of each day. Won't obviously it will not be the same time every day. So I'll try to give you all at least an hour prior so you know when to log into the live. And make sure you all hit the bell so you can be alerted when I do go live. I think the next idea I have is uh, about a continuation of my provider video. So, determining how to determine if he's a provider. Basically, if he provides and starts giving you things, you don't have to ask; they just start doing it. But I'll go in more detail, and then things that I learned while dating well-to-do men, because it's a whole. You can't treat them the same way as the regular old Joes because they are different. They have more options. So those are probably the topics I'm going to cover in the next live, and I'll see y'all there. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and follow me on TikTok at Fashion with Aisha. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.